Beneath the surface of the Indian Ocean, a silent expansion of foreign naval power is mapping the seabed, plotting paths for submarines far from home. Following the domestic discourse surrounding the Great Nicobar project, this is the image you see. The focus rests heavily on the island's pristine rainforest ecology, nesting sites for the leatherback turtle, and the protection of indigenous tribal lands. To understand the strategic urgency here, we must look past the beaches and toward the horizon. Great Nicobar sits at the edge of a global transit corridor that defines the movement of energy and capital in the Indo-Pacific. The physical scale of the project reflects those stakes. This is an 80,000 crore redevelopment sprawling across 166 square kilometers, incorporating a 16 million TEU transshipment port, a 450-megawatt power plant, and an international airfield. This map reveals Beijing's String of Pearls strategy, infrastructure hubs spanning Pakistan to Myanmar. India's counter is the Necklace of Diamonds, securing access points from Oman to Singapore. However, this geometry exposes a vulnerable gap in the Andaman Sea, immediately north of the Malacca Strait. Great Nicobar is the final geographic component required to address this vulnerability, acting as a sovereign anchor at the entry point to the Indian Ocean. The architecture of the String of Pearls relies on 99-year leases, like those in Hambantota or Colombo. These nodes are inherently fragile, as their military or logistical utility is dependent on the host nation's continued compliance. Great Nicobar operates on a different premise. Because it is sovereign Indian territory, the central government requires no foreign permission to build, deploy, or militarize these facilities. This map highlights the island's proximity to global shipping. It sits 150 kilometers from the mouth of the Malacca Strait, positioning sovereign Indian land at the edge of the world's most critical trade artery. The volume of trade passing through this 150-kilometer radius is substantial. Approximately 60% of China's total global trade navigates this specific geographic choke point. Backed by sovereign territory, India can permanently station maritime patrol assets here, specifically anti-submarine platforms like the P-8I Poseidon. These assets allow the Indian Navy to maintain persistent surveillance of foreign vessels and submarines entering the Indian Ocean without leaving their own airspace. In a period of kinetic conflict, this position grants India the ability to monitor and potentially interdict adversary supply lines at their narrowest geographic point. By combining proximity to Malacca with sovereign rights, the island provides a persistent platform for monitoring and interdiction that foreign leased ports cannot match.